how that works, ever. I was, so I had to find it out. Alright, then, when we look at blood, so then we do blood, we basically look at a fluid connective tissue type. So it's not like bone, which is hard connective tissue, or adipose tissue, which is the fat, which is also connective. This is a soft, a fluid connective tissue. So it's a little bit different, but we still group it under connective tissue. So when we group it under connective tissue, what we got in connective tissue? We got cells and, that's a long time ago. That test wasn't even there yet. We have cells and extracellular matrix. Extracellular matrix is usually fibers and ground substance. You remember that? In bone, the ground substance is the calcium, the hard stuff. In blood, the ground substance is the plasma, that's basically water. And we do have fibers in blood. In bone, we had a lot of collagen that held everything together. In blood, we have a soluble fiber. No, wait. Yeah, it is a soluble fiber. It's not insoluble. Now that means you can dissolve it in water. So it just stays in water. It doesn't do anything with it. But it can. And then the other thing that we have in connective tissue is cells. And we start with that. In the blood cell, in the blood, we have red blood cells. Those are termed erythrocytes. We have white blood cells, and those are leukocytes. All together. And then we have small fragments of cells, and those are called platelets, or we also call them thrombocytes. The cellular components of blood are made in bone marrow, the red bone marrow. And then this is an interesting thing, the term hematocrit is an expression of the blood cellular components expressed compared to the whole blood. When we look at the blood volume, it's about 8% of the body weight. So if you are 70 kilos, it's about 5.6 liters. What is the main function? It's right up there, but you can still tell me. What's the main function that we understand blood under? It transports oxygen, right? And then, of course, also nutrients. But the oxygen is the one we know about. So erythrocytes transport oxygen from the lungs to the tissues, and then carbon dioxide back to the lungs. We will learn where all that is attached in the red blood cell. So that's a transportation of gases function. Then also the white blood cells help us fend off foreign stuff we don't want, things that make us sick, pathogens. They give us a pathology, they make us sick. So that's what we can find again, and that's part of the immune system. So function of blood is immunity, very important function. And then we have other things that we need to transport, like nutrients need to be transported from where they're absorbed in the intestine to where we need them in the body. Metabolic products were also brought from more of the body tissues where we use nutrients back to the excretory organs. Sometimes that's the lungs, the kidneys can do that, and the intestine can do that too. So we can either breathe out gaseous waste, we can pee out liquid waste, or we can poop out solid waste. Hormones. Hormones are little molecules that we do soon coming up. They influence body function. They make us grow. They make us absorb sugar. Those are hormones. They are very active, bioactive substances that travel through blood from where they are created in a gland to where they are used, which we call the target organ or a target site. I like the function of this next one. This is not always described in books, but when we have internal organs and they work hard, they produce heat. One of the byproducts that we have in the body is heat a lot. And blood can bring and carry heat from the internal organs to the body surface and radiate it off. That's pretty cool. Didn't think you can do all that, huh? I didn't. And then the last one we have here is blood coagulation. And we'll have a whole slide on that. That's pretty complicated because when we have a vessel that breaks in our body, well, we're going to have a problem because we have blood going through there, now you have a hole, something's going to squeeze out. I have a very interesting picture here. Hold on. Yeah, you can see it, right? You see this? This is the heart muscle, and this is the blood vessel that breaks. And this is just space on the inside of the chest cavity. Damn! You want that to happen?
No,
That's pretty much, you toast. So when that happens, we can fix. And so that happens with blood coagulation, where we use that soluble fiber, fibrinogen, and now make it in an insoluble fiber to close that break.